What is going on out there, peeps? Let's get into Vietnam, man. All right, first of all, this picture is gorgeous, by the way. I don't know where this is, but it looks absolutely beautiful. I told you guys, Vietnam is definitely one of those places I want to go visit. I'm very interested in the culture and what they have to offer. Anyway, so a quick reminder that I have Pimpy's Investment Chat Facebook group. It is the same as my YouTube channel. We do talk about the Vietnam Dong, the Iraqi dinar, gold, silver, cryptocurrencies. It is free to join. I will leave a link in the description so you could come and join us. I also have the hidden things in front of your eyes as well for those of you who are into current events as well as conspiracy things. The 9/11 false flags, the whole 9 yards. I encourage you to come join us over there. Okay, so let's get into what's going on in Vietnam. As usual, what's happening in Vietnam, I look to personally for both short term and long term. Short term being the currency getting ready to revalue and making money off it, and then turning it around and then reinvesting back into Vietnam in their mutual funds, looking long term down the line, 5, 10, 15 years from now. I really think there is a ton of growth opportunities. Okay, so this is not like Iraq. This is a little bit different. So what we're looking for when it comes to Vietnam is we're looking for obviously the economy to grow, the economy to get stronger, as well as their currency, especially as the value of the US dollar drops. Now, part of the global currency reset involves the Vietnam Dong. Because they have manipulated their currencies, we know it has to go up. And in addition to that, the US dollar is considered overvalued, so it has to go down. If that's the case and the rate increases, this means we get more bang for our buck. This is what we want. Vietnam's wind sector is growing opportunities. Okay, so experts forecast Vietnam's wind power sector would further grow in line with the government's strong regulatory support announced recently and rising investors' interest, which has strengthened the project pipeline. Now, I don't know about you, but I always thought it'd be funny to get tied on there while you're drunk and haven't spin around. I'm teasing. You know dang well you'd be puking up a storm. According to experts from the International Financial Information provided Fitch Solutions, the government has proposed several policies in recent months to boost the development of wind sectors, in particular offshore wind, which bodes well for the industry. We note that Vietnam contains one of the highest potentials for wind power in the region, and it is endowed with high wind speeds, particularly in the offshore or nearshore areas, Fitch experts say. So again, as you go through, and I show you how this is going to help the economy, these are also possible individual investment projects that you might look into doing themselves. The Ministry of Industry of Trade estimates that the potential to be approximately 475 gigawatts. Okay, the Prime Minister issued, I'm guessing that's more than a gigawatt. I might be wrong on that one, but the Prime Minister issued a resolution on March 2020 for a 5-year plan up to 2025 to develop renewable energy source off the coast, which specific mechanisms and policies to attract both foreign and local developers to invest in the sector. So in addition to wind power, although I'm not sure why they're doing it, they are also looking into, and they have one of the largest solar farms, and they have it on water, which is neat. It's a floating solar farm. Now, for those of you who are, when I talk about silver, silver is used in solar panels, and as more and more countries consider turning towards solar power as an alternative, they will need silver. And right now, silver is scarce. It is. The COMEX won't even release the silver that they have. So, it's got second in commercial uses, only second to oil. So yeah, silver is a scarce commodity, and as people continue to look for alternative energy sources, solar panels and wind turbines are both alternatives. So yeah, if you want, that's why I keep telling people invest in silver. It is a great opportunity. Anyways, I leave a link to all these articles so you can come back and read them and check it out for yourself. But this just goes on to explain how they're going to increase the wind turbines and how it's going to grow and how it's a great investment opportunity and how it's going to work. So if you want to go look into it, I'm just showing you quickly that indeed Vietnam is a future investment opportunity, I think, for a lot of people. Okay, so Vietnam stock upbeat on trade deal approval. We're going to go into that next. So the market continues to gain on Monday as investors were upbeat over the ratification of the European Vietnam trade deal. The benchmark VNM index on the Ho Chi Minh Stock Exchange and closed at 1.55% up to 899.92. The VN index gained a total of 2.51% last week. Now, these don't sound like very big jumps, but they actually are. They're millions of dollars of US dollars. But what they're talking about here, this particular agreement I've spoke about, and so it has been ratified. So that means it goes into effect here soon. Vietnam improves significant trade deal with Europe. This is the one I'm talking about. EU will lift 85% of its tariffs off Vietnam goods. This is big. As we see Trump put together more and more trade deals, he is getting them as close to, as a matter of fact, I think all of the ones he has done so far are free trade deals. More and more countries are starting to fall in line as we get away from the globalist movement. So it's free to trade. That's what you want. And EU is lifting 85% of its tariffs on Vietnam goods. That's really good. That's really, really good. It should be free, but nonetheless. So as I spoke about this is going to be a huge, huge, huge boost to the Vietnam economy. So on Monday, it ratified a significant trade deal with the European Union, which is expected to boost the economy's manufacturing sector and exports. As it recovers from the dip caused by the Rona, lawmakers approved the agreement as they met with national assemblies for the first time since the pandemic. The deal was signed in Hanoi last June and was ratified by the European Union. That's what happened. So look, this is a huge trade deal. I told you, as more and more people look for alternative destinations to do their manufacturing as they pull out of China, China's getting whacked, man. They are seriously getting their butt kicked right now, and people are pulling out their businesses. A lot of people are upset about them allowing the Rona to spread like it did. And for those of you that have not heard me say this before, a lot of people don't realize that Vietnam was China's China. They would send goods over there to be manufactured. They would send them back to China, who would slap their own labels on there, and then send them back to us, trying to make it look like they carried the burden of the load, but they did not. A lot of companies are moving over there. Now, this trade deal has been ratified. It goes into effect in July. You can expect another boom to their economy. So when I tell you that Vietnam is not only a good short-term investment via their currency, they are definitely a long-term investment. They do have one mutual fund, I believe, in the United States called the VNM. That's the mutual fund. V as in Victor, N as in Nancy, M as in Mary. VNM. That's one of the ones I'm going to dump a little pretty penny in, and we'll watch it continue to grow over the years. Okay. So when it takes effect is next month, just like I talked about. EU will lift 85% of its tariffs on Vietnam goods, gradually cutting the rest over the next 7 years. So good. Okay, so they're going to remove 15 of it and get rid of the rest over the next 7 years. Vietnam will lift 49% of its duties to the EU exports and phase out the rest over 10 years. Everybody's moving towards free trade, as they should. The implementation of the EU-Vietnam Free Trade Agreement can't come at a better time for Vietnam. It's on the path of its economy recovery after several months of closure due to the Rona. Okay, but here's the thing. Vietnam really didn't, although there's articles that claim that Vietnam was hurt by the coronavirus, they themselves didn't stop working. How they got hurt by the coronavirus is other countries were closed down. Vietnam didn't get hit hardly at all by the Rona. As a matter of fact, they had maybe, I think, 19 cases of coronavirus and 0 deaths. So whatever they were doing it right. You know what I mean? So it wasn't that their country was suffering due to their outbreak of coronavirus. It's they couldn't do any real shipping to other countries because of the coronavirus. So anyways, this looks like it's a done deal, or it is a done deal. It's been signed into law by both countries. This is great for Vietnam. You can anticipate a boom in their economy like I was talking about. So let's see, Vietnam is the EU's second largest trade partner in the Southeast Asia, with the trade turnover reaching $56 billion last year, according to the National General Statistics Office. Okay, so yeah, we are anticipating a huge boom. Look at this. Foreign direct investors in Vietnam reached over $38 billion in 2019, marking a 10-year high. It's going to get higher. This is why the VNM mutual fund is a great investment opportunities. Anyways, like I said, I share these links for you guys to go back and check out, and this is another reason why you should consider investing into Vietnam, both short term and long term. All right, let me know what you think. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Please subscribe. It does help out the channel, and I appreciate you taking the time to come check me out. I'll catch you later.